Still believe that, me and them, and, we got the chance to win, but, it's going to take, more than us. We played them, I didn't play that first game, so we felt like tonight we had to get them back, and, I'm glad everybody just showed up. I could have won at least one of those, if not two, but, going into this year, I just want to be the best version of myself.
Want to know the real reason the NBA sucks right now? 2 words: Joel Embiid. I'm about to show you how one player can destroy a team, a city, and maybe even a league. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It makes such a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. By the end of this video, you'll be shaking your head, wondering how we let it get this bad. And you might even start looking at your favorite players differently. Ready to see the ugly truth? Remember Joel Embiid's MVP moment. That big smile, the trophy in his hands, Philly loving every second of it. Man, those were the days.
We created good shots. We made them early in the second, and then we just didn't make them. I thought, a lot of them were wide open. I still believe we got the chance to win. We got what it takes to win.
He does it every night so consistently. It's hard not to. But we expect it of him, and he knows that we expect of him. He goes out there and performs every single night.
Fast forward to now, and it's like we're living in bizarro world. Embiid's barely showing up. He's played what, 4 games? And the Sixers, they're sitting at 3-13. That's worse than the Wizards. The Wizards! Let that sink in for a second. So what's really going on here? Embiid saying he's got a knee problem, but come on, is that the whole story? Because reports are coming out that he's not just missing games, he's showing up late to team stuff. Late. This is the MVP we're talking about. The guy who's supposed to lead by example. Instead, he's acting like he doesn't even care. But here's where it gets really wild. After the Sixers blew a massive lead against Miami, they had this team meeting, and guess who steps up? Tyrese Maxey, the young gun. He actually calls out Embiid for always being late. Can you imagine that? The new guy having to tell the MVP to get his act together.
Or during Drummond plays, but to come out and say it in advance was a stupidity by the Sixers, period.
And we know we got to do better, which we will. It is unacceptable, but something is going to be done about it. We're just worried about ourselves. When we are at our best, we can't beat anybody. It's going to be almost impossible to beat us.
No wonder fans are turning on Embiid so fast. One minute he's their hero, the next he's public enemy #1. It's like he forgot everything that got him that MVP trophy in the first place. But wait, you know what's even crazier? Someone leaked what went down in that meeting, and Embiid, he completely lost it. He's out there saying whoever leaked it is a real piece of sauce. Those are his words, not mine. It's like he's more worried about looking bad than actually fixing the problem. So now we've got an MVP who's barely playing, showing up late when he does, and throwing tantrums when he gets called out. Is this really the same Joel Embiid we thought we knew? Because right now, it looks like Philly's golden boy has turned into their biggest headache, and the season's just getting started. Imagine what could happen if this keeps up.
But this is the plan. Again, we haven't seen him play since August 10th, gold medal game of the Olympics. And as it points out, he has not re-injured himself.
Good job of taking care of the ball the last couple of games, really the whole season. We haven't done that, so we got to do a better job.
But what's going to be the biggest problem going forward, when we have guys making 80, 90, $100 million not playing back-to-back games.
Turns out Embiid's headache-inducing behavior wasn't just limited to the court. You won't believe what he did next. It's a story that's got the whole league talking, and it might just change how you see the former MVP forever. Ready for this? So Embiid's already on edge, right? Then this columnist Marcus Hayes writes about him, and man, Hayes didn't hold back. He went straight for the jugular, bringing up Embiid's son and his late brother. But that's not all. Hayes basically called Embiid out for not showing up to work. He wrote, "Well, in order to be great at your job, you first have to show up for work." Ouch. Now picture this. Embiid sees this article after a game. He's furious. I mean, steam coming out of his ears mad. What does he do? He walks right up to Hayes in the locker room. People who saw it said Embiid got right in Hayes' face. He told him, "Don't ever put my dead brother's name in your mouth." Can you imagine being there?
A lot of shots, with the type of defense that we're playing. We just didn't make them, we made them at times and we didn't make them at times. Got to, come back and find ways to just keep improving and, help the team. You can't win alone. Being here for a long time, that's why it doesn't get to me. Sometimes you don't know what you have until it's gone.
The tension must have been insane. But then, things went from bad to worse. Embiid didn't just yell, he didn't just threaten, he actually shoved Hayes. Yeah, you heard that right, the NBA's MVP physically going after a reporter. It's the kind of thing you'd expect to see in a movie, not in real life. The NBA couldn't ignore this. They had to step in, and they didn't go easy on Embiid. They suspended him for 3 games without pay. That's $1.7 million down the drain. Joe DeMars, an NBA exec, even had to come out and say, mutual respect is paramount to the relationship between players and media in the NBA. It's like they're reminding Embiid of the basics. So now we've got Embiid not just slacking on the court, but getting physical off it too. It's shocking behavior from a guy who's supposed to be a role model. The MVP, the face of the franchise, losing his cool like that. It's not just unprofessional, it's scary. Everyone's asking the same question now. Is this the same Joel Embiid we thought we knew? The guy who used to joke around with reporters, who seems so lovable? Because right now it looks like we're seeing a whole different side of him. And let me tell you, it's not a good look.
And actually, sometimes when you play less, you actually become more injury prone because your body's not accustomed to taking the wear and tear. There is a balance.
Just give him the ball has been, carrying us, every single 4 quarters since the season started. So we need to keep going and, keep being aggressive. I've been through a lot. Sometimes I think I'm like, unlucky, but then again, I'm also extremely lucky at the same time.
Here's the thing about Joel Embiid's fall from grace. It's not just about him anymore. This is a wake-up call for the whole NBA. We're watching a superstar self-destruct in real time, and it's got everyone wondering, is this what happens when players think they're bigger than the game? Philly's seeing it firsthand. Their MVP, their process, the guy who was supposed to lead them to the promised land, he's turning into their biggest problem. And you know what's scary? This could happen anywhere, any team, any star player.
He just signed for 3 years, $193 million. 3 years, $193 million to play basketball.
Me and James, we just can't win alone. That's why basketball is played 5-on-5. So, we just need everybody to just, try to keep finding ways to get better.
My point is you can't be afraid of the injuries. Yes, he's injury prone, he's a big guy, whatever, but when you're trying to win a championship, the plan needs to be, we need to be dominant at home.
So now we're all asking the same question. Can Embiid turn this around? Or is this the beginning of the end for Philly's process? Because right now, it's looking pretty grim. The Sixers are in freefall, Embiid's reputation is in tatters, and the whole league is watching. This isn't just about saving a season anymore. It's about saving a career, a franchise, maybe even the integrity of the game itself.